What does a real estate agent do for a buyer? Hi there, I'm Nawar Naji, a real estate broker with Chestnut Park Real Estate in the city of Toronto. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, make sure to click on subscribe and that bell button to get notified of my weekly videos. Here are 5 things you should expect as a buyer from your real estate agent. 1. Establish search criteria and parameters. Searching online, whether it's MLS.ca or other websites, can be overwhelming and confusing. After a while, everything will start looking like it's the same. 2. I call it the blind spots. So the real estate agent's job or position is to protect the buyer. So this is where the buyer might be looking at a home and they might miss something or not notice something. It is the duty of the real estate agent in this case to present those blind spots to the buyer. So I'll give you an example. I was out with a couple buyers more recently, and we were looking at the basement entrance to the house, and then I noticed that there was no drain by the door entrance. So I brought up to their attention that because of the lack of the floor drain, when it rains or when the snow melts, there could be issues with water accumulating and then eventually coming through into the basement. Something that they did not notice, but based on my experience and things that I've seen over time, I brought that up to the buyers for that specific property. 3. Negotiate. The sole purpose of the listing agent is to get the best price and terms for the seller. And having the buyer negotiate directly with the seller's agent is not in their benefit. Again, because the seller's agent's job is to get the best price for the seller, and they're really not there to work for the buyer's best interest, which is getting that property for the lowest possible price. The other thing the buyer's agent will do is protect the buyer from overpaying. Buying a home can be emotional, and in Toronto's real estate market there are bidding wars, maybe not as many as in the last couple of years, but you know, the job of the agent, the buyer agent in this case, is to protect their clients and make sure that they're not overpaying because they fell in love with that specific property. 4 is quarterback. There are a lot of moving parts in the home buying process, and the duty of the real estate agent in this case is to communicate and coordinate with all the different parties involved in the home buying process, such as the mortgage broker, the lawyer, the listing agent, to ensure that the buyer has a smooth closing process and all things are taken care of before closing, and to ensure that there are no issues at closing time. 5 is post-closing. So what happens? You get the keys, whether you're buying a home or investment property. That buyer agent should be there for you in the long term. So whether issues come up with respect to the home, if you need a trade, or there's issues dealing with the tenant, whether it's screening the tenant or dealing with stuff that comes up with the tenant, the buyer agent is there to help you, support you, guide you, and connect you with professionals or trades that you might need down the line. I hope you found this video to be informative. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, happy home buying.